Hello! What up, good peoples? Day here from Omni Nation Kermix. Kermix, don't judge me. Um, so this was a very interesting topic to talk about for a video. I never had a chance to talk about some of my reading goals for the year of 2025. I still want to make a video talk about some of my reading goals because I know some of us have books on our shelves that we have not touched or read yet. By the way, if you have a big, large collection like mine and you claim you read everything, you're most likely lying. Or you might be telling the truth, I don't know. But but I think it's fun when you have a library and you haven't read almost everything. Now me, I'm probably around I'm gonna say 70 or 80%. Because every time I get new books in, I'll set them aside on a certain section in my library and I'll get to them later. So that's why that number keeps getting a little bit lower. Because I'll keep buying new stuff, but I'll put them on the back burner because I'm still reading the current stuff. But I wanted to share some books that I have either wanted to revisit or I wanted to been dying to just check out for a while. And I'm finally giving them more of a chance this year. Because I've let them sit in the back burner for too long and I left them hanging, so I felt bad. So and for those that don't know, when I do my readings throughout the year, I do like the big two, so I'll start Marvel, DC, and then I'll do independent stuff or a regular novel because I still read regular novels too, not just graphic novels. So it's big two, indie, or novel. It's like a rotation thing for me. It kind of helps me stay organized in a way. So I'm like, okay, I'm reading a Marvel Omni or a paperback or whatever, and then I'll pick and choose for the next rotation what DC paperback or absolute whatever I'm gonna read, and indie same thing. So I read in that order. It just helps me. So I want to real quick share some reading goals with the independent stuff because I think we all talk about the big two in every one of our channels, right? So I want to let me see. So independent. This is from Image Comics. This is Noctera. I have no idea what this is about. I'm going into this blind, but I feel like I'm not going to be disappointed. What also attracted me to this was two names in here. One of my favorite artists in here is Tony S. Daniel. Let me show you some of this artwork real quick. Tony S. Daniel, like, oh God, I love his art. It looks so cool. I love Tony S. Daniel. And the writer of this story is Scott Snyder. Y'all know Scott Snyder. Of course, he's mostly known for his Batman stuff, Justice League, etc. He's a very fun writer. And this is some of his independent stuff he did at Image. This looks like a sci-fi world kind of like story. It looks very cool. I dig it. I'm excited to jump into this blind. I was waiting until it was finished. I mean, it's probably been done by now, but I think this is the full run. But I'm excited to check this out. Another thing that I really need to check out, oh, Father, this thing is huge. This is from Boom Studios. This is The Woods. This is a huge, let me take it out. Yo, this is huge. I'm looking forward to checking this out. James Tynion is one of the kings of suspense, if you ask me. I love his independent stuff. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff with the big two as well, but I wanted to check out more of this stuff because I haven't read this. I read one issue of this. Yo, I'm hooked. So I can't wait. This might be next in my independent rotation next because I'm in DC right now, but yeah, this may be next. I'm excited to check this out. This is a dope slipcover, by the way. This looks so cool. Bunch of kids fell into a alternate dimension and getting killed by monsters. It's really suspenseful. I had anxiety reading this story. This is really good. I just read one issue and I'm like, yep, I want more of it. Another thing I gotta say about this, I left this sitting for a minute too. So I owe myself to be reading this. Oh, and another one, oh yes. Ghost Machine. So, okay, Ghost Machine came out with some new trades, right? You got Rook Exodus, and then you have Red Coat. I read all of this in singles. This one I never finished in the singles because I promised myself that I would get out of singles again. I messed up, y'all. Last year I got into singles again, and I got hooked because I wanted to be nosy. But I said, no, I gotta start waiting for these collected editions to come out. So I finished all of this. This was a fun ride. I can't. There's a deluxe coming out of this too, so I can't wait for that to come out. But I bought this, so maybe just completism. But but I bought this just to hold on to it, just in case they cancel the hardcover, which I doubt. But I just love Jason Fabok's art. I gotta show y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's some dope stuff. But I really enjoyed this. But Red Coat, I gotta check this. I gotta finish this too. Artwork by Brian Hitch. This looks good too. This is dope. Yeah, Ghost Machine has really been killing it for independent comics, man. I've been enjoying their titles. It's been really good. I read Junkyard Joe this year. Here it is. So here's Junkyard Joe. I read this. I had a blast with this story. I really did. This is phenomenal. Anybody know my favorite filmmaker of all time, or director of all time, is Steven Spielberg. I could see him directing a film like this for sure. But this is so much fun. It has so much heart. But yo, Ghost Machine is killing it. I can't wait till we get more of these deluxe editions. This is almost as tall as a DC Absolute edition. Another one of the ones that I kept sitting on the shelf for a while. This is The Good Asian. I have no idea what this is about, but this looks like another one of those good crime mystery books. Oh wow. Say, following a haunted, self-loathing Chinese American detective on the trail of a killer in 1936 in San Francisco. This sounds interesting. This is from Image as well too. I'm excited to check this out too. I've been in a crime thriller mood kind of stories. And of course, every year I always revisit this. So I'm definitely revisiting this. This is my favorite independent comic book of all time. Criminal? Oh yes. Did y'all know that they're coming out with a Amazon live action TV show of this stuff? I don't know if it's coming out this year or next year. I know they're still filming, but I'm excited to check that out. So I always revisit Brubaker stuff every year. So this is definitely on there. But I'm excited to check this out too. This looks very interesting. Let me see. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, I'm excited to check this out. All right, on with the big two. Now, the best stuff at Marvel for me right now is their Ultimate line. I'm so glad they brought that back. So I owe it to myself to check out Ultimate Black Panther. This is Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2. I really enjoyed Volume 1. This is by Jonathan Hickman, and this is by Brian Hill. I still need to check this out, and I still got to get the Ultimate X-Men trade as well, too. It's a couple of these titles that I fell behind on. There's so much coming out. But, yo, this has been really... The stuff that I've read from the Ultimate Universe has been quite nice. I have been having a blast with this stuff. I need to read this again. This is by Dennis Camp. This is The Ultimates by Dennis Camp, who is writing Absolute Martian Manhunter over at DC right now, which blew me away. He blew me away with this. This was my introduction to Dennis Camp, but this is, wow. Yeah, their Ultimate Universe, God, it's been a blast. I'm enjoying this. Of course, you know I can't leave out my favorite character. The person that is writing Hulk right now is Philip Kennedy Johnson. And I am almost caught up. I got one more volume to read. That's volume 4, and then I'll be caught up. This has been phenomenal. Anybody ever read anybody ever read the Immortal Hulk Run by Al Ewing? Like, this feels like the direct sequel to that almost, while going deeper and deeper into those horror elements as well. This has been phenomenal. I love Philip Kennedy Johnson. Y'all know I love his writing. You heard my review on his Superman. But, yeah, this is great. It's very scary, too. It's very creepy. Love what he's doing with my favorite character. I love it. Okay, it's been a while since I've touched on an omnibus. So here we go. Omni. Moon Knight by Jed McKay. I'm going to start this from the very beginning because I never had a chance to really finish this. But this is phenomenal stuff. I'm not spoiling anything. But this This is great. I really want to. I can't wait to read this from the very beginning and actually finish it. I'm almost done. I read it digitally, but I really want to check this out and finish it out because Jed MacKay is really killing it at Marvel. I really loving the stuff that he's doing. This is another omnibus another new omnibus, I should say, I let sit on the shelf for so long. So yeah, I'm moving this up on the reading list in my Marvel rotation for sure. All right, last one from Marvel. This is Secret War by Bendis. I believe this is the start of Bendis's run or the Bendis era at Marvel. I let this sit for a minute too. I can't believe I ain't read this yet. Bendis is one of my goats growing up. Love his writing. It's so fun. And this is more grounded, kind of like espionage, kind of like stuff. Yeah, I like. Yeah, this is cool. I can't wait to check this out. Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna revisit his new Avengers too. So, yeah, again, that's right. We're getting his new Avengers Volume 2 this year. What a life! Yes, I'm so excited. That got me hyped, yo. All right, to DC. Now let me tell you something. Okay. Dark Knights of Steel, right? This I read volumes 1 and 2. This is the full story right here, all 12 issues right here. God, this is amazing. Basically DC meets Game of Thrones kind of story. I love that. But that was a goal. I already read this last year, but this year I already started completing goals, but I read the spinoff, which is All Winter, which is basically Deathstroke as a Viking and other characters. I enjoyed this. This is some dope stuff. But then DC turns around and released the 12 issue series in a deluxe edition, which is the same height as an Omni. Now, I'm excited to revisit this again because after reading All Winter, this makes me want to revisit this again. So, this is one of those books I just got in that I'm definitely going to be reading again. I have to do a review on this. I have to. This is so much fun. And I gotta, and here's another deluxe that I definitely want to check out too. Far Sector Deluxe. This is another one I kept sitting for a while. I've read only a few issues of this, but I wanted to wait for them to come out with this format because I had a feeling they was going to do it. I enjoyed what I read of this so far. Wow, this is really cool. Yeah, I enjoyed this. And Joe, she a bad girl. I love her. Go on, Joe. Yeah, I love Joe. This is amazing. I can't wait to read the rest of this because I enjoyed what I read so far. And this is what I'm reading right now. I let these sit for a while. And it's a shame of me that I let this sit. This is the Milestone Compendiums. They're about to come out with what, the 4th volume this summer, I believe? Yeah. So I said it's about time that I start and revisit these stories because some of these I never finished. Static, Hardware, Icon, just to name a few. This stuff was ahead of its time. I'm having a blast with this. And all of this is written by Dwayne McDuffie. This is his legacy at Milestone. This is an imprint from DC. This is some phenomenal stuff. Why did I let this sit for so long? Yeah, I'm reading this right now, and I ain't gonna stop either. Yeah, this is so good. I will say, just to sneak this one in real quick, I've been reading a few issues at a time of Superman Birthright by Mark Waid, which is phenomenal. Spoiler alert, I'm planning a special Superman video in my hype for the movie. And I've just been revisiting quite a lot of Superman stories from the beginning of this year because I've been wanting to make one for the Man of Steel because the man just been helping me a lot for the past couple of years. I don't know why. I've been bitten by the Superman bug, but I just been feeling just hopeless. But this guy just encourages me a lot. So this story is phenomenal, and I gotta do a video on this too. But yeah, I am planning a video for Superman. But yeah, just know all year and the past few, actually, especially last year, I've been just reading Superman a lot. But yeah, this is great. Now, I know for a fact that I'm not going to meet all those reading goals, right? Y'all seen that was a lot of books. But I made this video to put it out in the atmosphere to keep my brain focused on what I want to read next. And it helps to keep the flow going and keep the juices going to keep wanting to read as well. I don't know about y'all, but if I stop reading, my reading brain kind of slows down a little bit. That's why I try to keep it consistent so that the flow can keep going. So making this video helps me to keep going with the flow and all that kind of stuff. Actually, you know what? Let me show y'all this. Have anybody ever heard of Mood Publishing? Like, they have these cinematic, like, illustrated novels. Let me show y'all just one of them real quick. This is the Fall of Gods trilogy. This is a kind of like a kind of fantasy, kind of Viking kind of story, but this is some breathtaking stuff. It's about, let me see. It's almost, actually it's taller than omnibus size, but it's horizontally it's very, very wide. But this is a movie on paper. Like, if y'all, they have the illustrations on the right side or the left side, or the text on the left side. I hope it ain't blown out. Okay, there it is. But yeah, this is really, I definitely want to check this stuff out again. I haven't read this stuff in a while, about this warrior trying to find his wife. And yeah, this is really, oh yeah, I can't wait to do an in-depth look at this. But this is, I hear the God of War soundtrack when I read some of this stuff, but this is really good. Actually, they have their own soundtrack that goes with these books. But Mood Publishing, look at those spines, man. I hope it, does it show? Yeah. Look at there. Yeah, Mood Publishing, they are dope. But this is the trilogy. Yeah, I need to read these again too. This is a revisit. I do revisit a lot of my books, for those that don't know. Yes, I do. What's the point of having a library if you don't want to go back and read books that you enjoy? I do that quite often. Then I read my new books, and I'm trying to switch it over and catch up on my new books. But do y'all have any reading goals yourself? I would love to hear about it in the comments. But this was fun video to make. I just wanted to, you know, keep my brain flowing a little bit on the things that I want to read. But yeah, this is yeah, I hope I meet some of these goals for the rest of the year, so I'm super excited. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. More videos are coming. I don't remember how many review videos I recorded already. I gotta count. But yeah, I have those coming. Some other, yeah, just know more videos are coming. But y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all later. Deuces. Oh, Father.